Hello and welcome to the Daily Songwriter, the channel where we find every way to make music every single day. Today we're going to talk about a quick, easy way for you to come up with new stories to write your songs based on. Now this is an easy exercise that you can do literally anywhere that there are other humans for as short or as long as you want to do the exercise. You're going to build a roster of characters and backstories that you can pull on anytime you need to and combine them with the other things that we've been building in your library, such as melodies, rhymes, lyric ideas, titles, etc. I said it was simple, so let's get into it. So step one, we are going to go people watching. Simply put yourself in any public place. I personally prefer a coffee shop. We are here to observe people and write down what we see. Pick one person out of the crowd and take 60 seconds to write down any observations. Consider the following. What are they wearing? What are they doing? Are they with someone? And who? Do they look happy, angry, sad, determined? What are they saying and how are they saying it? It's okay to make some guesses. We're not here to be right or wrong. We're here to just follow our initial observations. And in step two, we're going to dig into creating a bit of a backstory for this person. I want you to now look at your observations and we're going to make some assumptions about the people that we observed. I know what they say about assumptions, but today I'm feeling pretty good about how we're going to use them. What assumptions can we get from who they're with or from what they're doing? What clues do we have, right, that tells us where this person might be going after this fleeting moment? What is their facial expression telling you? Or if you could overhear what they were saying, what was the tone of their voice telling you? Maybe you heard an accent, maybe you heard some frustration, maybe you heard rushed talking. Use that. Now you need to let yourself make assumptions here, all right? Put down the walls that we've been putting up where we don't want to judge other people. We're not judging them. We're looking at the data that we've gathered and we're just drawing up some theories based on what we observed. We are doing something that we probably do every day where we come to conclusions with very little evidence. We're really going for a creative way to tap into the parts of our brains that gather this information of when I see this, this usually means this. When I see clouds, that usually means a storm, right? When I see a coat, that usually means that person's cold. So we're not making judgments, we're making assumptions based on the evidence that we see in front of us. For example, maybe you saw a young person wearing a loose-fitting business suit. Could this be someone that's wearing their dad's suit to their first ever job interview? Or maybe it's a parent walking with their little girl and they're laughing and joking, right? Did they just come from a movie? Did they just come from a walk, or are they on their way to the train station to pick up the other parent after a long business trip? You decide what their story is. They are just the inspiration. To help you try this out, we are going to do it together right now. Watch this short clip that I'm about to play. We're just going to watch it for 30 seconds, and during those 30 seconds, I want you to write down any observations that you see. What did you see? Maybe you saw the folio in his hand. What do you think was in it? Where was he taking it? Or where was he coming from? I noticed he looked a little slouched. Was he tired? Is it a long life of working manual labor and hunched over something? Me, I noticed his hat. I don't know why the hat stood out to me, but I'm like, this has to be his favorite hat. But why is it his favorite hat? Well, maybe he was hat shopping one day and a random woman told him, "You look really handsome in that hat." And he bought that hat to impress her. Really, he hated it, but he wanted to impress her and he asked her out for coffee. Fast forward, they fell in love. They got married. Until the day he lost her, he loved her every single day. He still does. And as much as he hates this hat, as much as it's not his style, it's his favorite hat because it reminds him of her and he wears it every day. It's a beautiful story, maybe a little cliche, but that doesn't matter because what matters is how we're going to take this story and turn it into a song. I got 4 different song ideas that I'm going to share with you here. Please feel free to take any one of these ideas. This is not copywritten, copyrighted, right? Really what we're looking at is, here are just some ideas based on my observations. You can take these ideas and probably all of us would walk away with a different song just from one idea. So here are some things that came to mind for me. I could write from his perspective, talking to the woman he lost about how he misses her. I could describe the exact day, right? With the first verse talking about his daily habits and the chorus and second verse telling the deeper story behind it. I could describe his last days as he looks forward to seeing her again. I might even write about the day he found the hat and tell that story. Just a story of two people accidentally falling in love. Y'all, that's 4 song ideas from just observing one stranger's hat for a few seconds. And that doesn't even include the other observations that we made. So that's really what this exercise is all about. We go to a public place, we're going to observe somebody, we're going to make some notes of these observations, make some assumptions about what they might be telling us, and we're going to craft a little story for this person. And then we're going to take that story and carve out songs, as many as you can, out of that one background, out of that one stranger. If you need some help taking an idea and crafting a full song out of it, please take a look at my video. I'm going to post it in the top corner about how to take an idea and turn it into a fully fledged song. Just remember, we are storytellers. And a lot of us are used to writing our stories from our own perspective. We're used to writing our own stories, but we're allowed to write other people's stories too. Right? We're allowed to write stories from the things that we see, the things that we observe. In fact, that's kind of the beauty of being a storyteller, because while that may not be that exact person's story, somebody out there might hear that song and they've lived exactly what you're describing in your song. And now that song becomes their favorite song, and that's the one that they listen to remind them of where they are in life, what they've been through, to remind them that they're not alone. And you made that happen. I mean, come on. How cool is that? Now go out there and make somebody's day. I will see you all next time. Until then, happy songcrafting.